Let's take a little bit of a wake-up practice here. So one of the things I like to do is jiggle. And the reason that I jiggle, especially in the mornings, for example, is to let the fluids flow through all of the tissues, right? So you can jiggle the whole body at the same time. You learn to let it go more. At first it's kind of hard. At first you may be going like, what? You know, but it's worth it. It's really worth it because the fluids are important, right? And one of the ways I get the jiggling into my head and my brain gently is to take my hands up here, and I don't know if you can see, but my head's jiggling. It's just not jiggling crazy. It's just jiggling a little. And then I go over to the side and I can feel there's a little bit of a more fluid jiggle on the one side. And then the other side, right? So we're deep, deep, deep in the fluid weave, which will also, it'll be the fascia. And as you know, the fascia goes through everything. So you've got a lot of that. Now, as you're exhaling, allow your kidney back to ground deep down into the earth. You feel your earth element. Earth as a warm element. You can take it all the way from the waist down. So you've got some fire in there, right? You've got the fire, the water, and the earth, very marrowy, very down. And then as you're inhaling, rock your weight just a little more forward to the toe balls and rise up. Now on the rising up, you may get up onto your toes, you may not, but the rising up is more the air. And remember, your air rises from the center. It rises because, it's being heated. And then as you're exhaling, drop your weight back into the heels. And with an inhale, you take your time. You don't need to do it with one inhale, one exhale. And you take it down, roll to the heels. Go down, yield deep, rise up, and down. Good. I'll do a couple more times. Now, if you like, you can begin bringing your arms open to the sides as you rise. And then maybe even coming down the center with your arms and hands as you descend. And let's try even going into a little bit of a flexion posture here. So you're going quite deep and then you're rising again. This is challenging at first, right? It's maybe not to you, it is to me. Once more. You play with it. Yeah, it's all good. Seriously, it's all good. You're feeling the rising, the air element, and you're feeling the earth element as you go down. This is where we are. We're attention coming through and body responding, excuse me, integrating the down through the lower and the rising through the upper without losing the down, right? So there we are in that. Now, let's go down again, and with an inhale, come up through the one arm, and be pretty careful and mindful here not to grip upward with this kidney, as we know, with the adrenal, you're not coming up, you're just letting those float in there as the air is rising. Reaffirm the down. As you're inhaling and you're coming up, go both down and up. Release. See how it's the elements. And let's do the other side. So you've got this earth, water, fire, warm. And here comes the air. Where's the space? Up. If you harden, you lose it. Exhale over and being certain that you have that down flow. All right, and then the arm comes up again. All right, now let's just take a couple of easy swings here. Coming right around the central low belly, you know, the pit of your belly that we always do. Just the pit of the belly, knees stay straight ahead, your weight is just right over the center here. And your hands may get around there and give little taps to the kidneys. They may. Right? Play with that. So you got this spinning happening, right? Now, let it come back around and standing. Let's go forward and back. As you're down and forward, as you're inhaling, reach up. Now come into what would be an Utkatasana here. Reach your fingers away, down, down, down. Don't harden in the navel, but do have that pelvic floor pulsing upward. Inhale again. And exhale, coming up out and over. Kidney, lower earth, water, fire aspect pouring down. The upper body is light. Comes over it. Keep that connectivity of the entire lower body from the center of your middle there, your navel, all the way down through the legs. You can follow the kidney, large intestine, marrow connection there. Now you're going to come halfway up first, open the arms, and in opening the arms, there's the space and the air. You go down again, the fire, it's warm, assists the lungs and the heart and the air element in the rising, and you exhale. Once more, inhaling. You begin to get it all happening together. Exhaling. This is just the templates here. Inhaling and exhaling. And then go down, and the ease of the air and the space to rise. And let's exhale and bring it down through Anjali Mudra. And in Anjali Mudra, keep the space under your arms. Bring your legs for this one shoulder distance apart. The space right under your arms. Armpit area, right? The idea is not to cut off the prana flow. I don't know if you can see, but there's a hardening here where I can cut off the prana flow. And instead, we want to keep a spaciousness there that is different. And the prana flows. So the prana is not just the air element here. It's the whole thing. And it's flowing. And then step your legs out wide and inhale and open. Inhale and open. Exhale, bring your hands into the pelvic bones. Go down, 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 and then turn. So this is a fluid movement. It's a movement through the watery self that is differentiating the one half of you and the other half of you. And then you're coming around and you're wrapping right into that core channel where you can feel the earth, the water, the fire, the air, the space. And then with an inhale, incorporating air to move you, and the air moves in the space. It will probably slow you up quite a bit. And let's say, okay, Trikonasana, I'm going to take my hand into the warm here of my fire. I'm going to keep a sensation of the space and the mind of space, the support and the buoyancy of the air, the fire that warms the whole thing, and exhaling. You know I don't go far. You can do whatever you like, but you don't want to hinge at any of the joints because you cut off the prana flow. Let's keep the prana flow, which is fed by all of these elements, open. Space in the neck, right? That's a challenge here if you've been doing yoga because you think there's a position. Let's not take a position. Keep the space, the front, the back, through the jaws. Explore what moves you, what stays still. Is it a still day for air? Or is it a blowing day? Go deep, deep, deep in the earth and inhale. Rise up, keep it down, that warm, earthy groundedness of you. And let's go the other way. Here goes the spin and the spin and the planting and the opening core. The inhaling. Where did that come from for you? When I did it just now, it came more from the space than the air. Right? So you play with this. There's the space. And the space in my body is moving through the space. Through the space. All right? I want to do something. So I got a little fire in here. I got a little fire and it's helping me turn warm into the earth. Rise in the air. Space. The space moving through the space. My body's inquiry, my consciousness, perceptual inquiry is going to be different on the two sides. It's going to be different all the time. And yes, you can still come to a stillness in a yoga posture. That's fine. It doesn't have to be moving in order to feel this. In fact, sometimes if you come to still, you'll notice where, oh, well, I just do not have this right now in my neck. So, space. And then yield deep, deep, deep as you're inhaling. Continue to go down as you rise. Exhaling. And come on back together. And we'll stand here. We'll stand here to finish in what might be a Tadasana. In this case, consciously maintaining this sense of space in all of the joints. So let's start with the hips. It's not positional. It is just allowing the sensation in there. The bones do glide on one another, right? There is space in every joint. So just go there. Space. What does that mean in the vertebral column? Well, it means, again, you can't position. You're going to have to find through inquiry. Space in the solar plexus. Again, not position. You can't find it except from opening it. And then here in the chest, again, is this spacious? For me it is not. For me, I get a little bit of compression in there. It's not a wrong thing. We've been taught it as a, musculoskeletal thing. It's fine. But if I want to have all of the elements there, I'm going to want to have the space, and that means the space is going to allow my arm to just be a little bit off my body, a little of space in the armpit, just a little. And it's not because I'm holding it there. It's a practice. You find it over time. The space. And in finding the space, not to rise up, but to allow your shoulders, of course, to rest down. Coming into the neck and the head. Soft under the jaws. You let your mouth close, breathe through your nose, and allow the back portion of your tongue, the back portion, to just thicken a little bit and rise up toward the soft palate back there. Just the back portion. Not the tip of your tongue, but the back portion. Rest your brain. Rest your shoulders. Allow your fingers to drip. And in their dripping, there's a spaciousness in the wrists and the bones. Perhaps you can feel the two bones of your lower arms and their spiralic options. They don't need to move, but they have the spiralic options. Touch the belly pit. Space in the center of the low belly. The tailbone descending, literally draping down earthward. The rebound, the down, and the rise. The space and the consciousness that feeds the inquiry. The consciousness that supports it all.